Using increment and decrement operators in C. As we had seen in previous chapter, plus plus and minus minus, these are increment and decrement operators. So let us understand these in detail. Increment operator is indicated with two plus signs, which says that it is going to increase the value of a variable just by 1. There are two forms of increment operator, post-increment and pre-increment. So if I say variable plus plus, the current value is actually used in the expression and later on it is incremented. However, with pre-incrementation, it says that first increase the value of the variable by 1 and then give it in use. So let us see a small example. Int x equals to 5, printf %a, comma, x plus plus. So in this case, first the value of x will be printed, then the value of x is incremented by 6. So on output screen, you will get 5. And if you go with the pre-incrementation, if you say printf %a plus plus x, then in this case, in previous statement x had already become 6. Now in this statement x is becoming 7 and then it is getting printed. So the value will be printed as 7 on the output screen. So a simple fundamental statement says post-increment means increment post assigning the value, and pre-increment says pre-increase and then give the value to the expression. Let us see with the decrementation again. Two minus signs when they are used together shows a decrement operator. Decrement operator simply decreases the value of a variable just by 1. Again, there are two forms of decrement, post-decrement and pre-decrement. In post-decrement, the value of variable is given first and then it is decremented. And in pre-decrement, you have to use two minus signs and then the value of the variable is first decremented and then kept in use. Let us see again with a simple example. I have a y as an integer variable with the value 5. And if I am saying y minus minus, then in this case, value of y is first printed, which will be 5 on the output screen. And then the value of y is decremented, which is now 4. And in the next statement, if I say minus minus y, in this case, the y was previously decremented by 1. Now again here it is decremented by 1, which is becoming 3. So 3 is printed on the screen. So this is how post and pre-decrementing can be done using decrement operator. Usually these incrementation and decrementations are used in loops. We are going to see in the further chapters. Moving ahead to relational operators. Relational operators are usually used to compare two values and return only the Boolean state of it, which is either 0 or 1, which is either true or false. So if it is returning 0, it means the state is false, and if it is returning 1, it says the state is true. Now different types of relational operators that state. Now let us understand these relational operators given here. Greater than. Greater than will return true or false based on the value of two variables. If I say a is having value 10 and b is having value 5. Now if I say a greater than b, it is going to return true because it is the right statement. But if I say a less than b, it is going to return false, which is 0. If I say a greater than equals to b, again it is true. Now this equals to sign is used when you want to also compare the equivalent value of the next variable. Let us take an example. A equals to 10 and b equals to 10. So a is greater than and equal to 10 because it is saying that b is also having similar value as that of a. So it is true. And if we say less than equals to, in this case the value of a should be less than the actual limit of the value of b, which is 5. So let's say if I say 5, 5 less than equals to 5. Yeah, it is true, because though if it is not less than, but at least it is equal to 5 of B. So it is going to return true. Now in case of equal to, both the values have to be same. If I say A equals to 5 and B equals to 5, then in this case it is going to return true, because both the values are same. And not equal to says that both the values must be different. So if I say A equals to 6 and B equals to 5, then only it will return say true. But if I say A equals to 5, B equals to 5, it will return false in this case. So this is how different relational operators can be used in comparing different values of two variables. As you can see here, it is used in a simple C code. Int A equals to 5 and B equals to 10. If A less than B, means I am testing the condition here. Do not worry about how these if statements are executed. We will see this in the next chapter. If in this statement I am comparing both the values 5 less than 10, here the value is true, so it is going to print yes, A is less than B. Now how this if block is getting executed actually with the true and false state of comparison, we will see in the next chapter. Moving ahead, another type of operator is
logical operators.
Are usually used to combine multiple conditions, and it shows either the condition is true or false, and also to negate the condition in the decision making. So there are three different types of logical operators: and, or, and not. Now AND will return true if and only if both the conditions which are specified are satisfied to true state, and OR will return true if at least one condition is satisfied to true state. In logical NOT, it simply negates the condition. Let us see the example here. X equals to 5 and Y equals to 10. If X greater than 0 and Y greater than 0, means both the condition must be satisfied to true state, and in this case yes, they both are true. Then it will enter the block and say both X and Y are positive. So you will get the same statement on the output screen. And here if you say if not X equals to Y, but we can see X equal to Y, the state is false. Now this false is evaluated to not, which will result to true, means it is making just the negation of the state. False is negated, becoming true, and it is satisfying the condition and printing the statement X is not equals to Y. So there are three important logical operators. Escape sequences and their meaning. Escape sequences are usually used in C programming to give different types of formatted output on the console screen. \n usually takes the cursor to the new line. \t simply adds a horizontal tab space. So instead of giving multiple spaces, you can say \t, it will add a new tab. \/ will simply print a \/ on the screen, because many a time if in case you write \n and if you want to print with \, it will just take the cursor to the new line. It will not understand that you are actually willing to print a \. Then in that case you will have to add one more \, indicating that one \/ had to be printed on the screen. Then comes double quotes and single quote along with the \/ combination simply prints double quotes or single quotes on the output screen. So these are few escape sequences that are very commonly used in programs. As you can see here in the example, hello \n world is the text written in the printf statement. So here in this case it will print hello first, then \n says the cursor to go to the new line and then print the further text. On the other printf statement, as you can see, path C double \. Now in this double \, it has understood that I have to print one \, and print the rest of the text on the screen. So this is how you can use escape sequences along with the printf statements to give a good formatted output on the console screen. So let us summarize what we have understood here in this session. Increment and decrement operators are usually used to just adjust the value of variables either by incrementing value by 1 or decrementing value by 1. Relational operators are usually used for comparison in conditional statements. Logical operators like AND, OR, and NOT are used for combining multiple conditioning and result based on the complex decisions. And escape sequences are usually used along with the backslash combination like \n, \t, / that we have seen already to give a special formatting content on the output screen. I hope you understood the session very well. Keep practicing. Thank you so much.